Introduction to English Morphology. This is our member of our group. Number 1 is Diah Putri. Number 2, Yuki Heriyanto. Number 3, Kendra Camilla. Number 4, Raisya Ghina. Number 5 is me, Puan Enva S. Number 6, Hanif Fauzi. Number 7, Naila Silvana. For the chapter 1, Introduction. What is morphology? Morphology is the study of the structure of words, the study of morphemes as the different forms, and word formation. Morphemes. Morphemes are the minimal unit of word building in a language. They cannot be broken down any further into recognizable or meaningful parts. Morphological analysis. Inflectional morphology deals with the difference between the shape of the inflectional form of variable lexemes. We have inflectional morphology. Number 1 is non-inflectional suffix. Plural maker, as, girl, girls. Possessive makers, marries, car. The second is verbs inflectional suffix. First, the third person present singular marker, bake, bakes. Past tense marker, we have the with ed, wait, wait. Progressive marker with ing, sing, singing. Past participle makers, and or ed, eat or eaten. Adjective inflectional suffix, comparative maker with er, fast, faster. And the last superlative make or as, fast, fastest. Derivational morphology, or the study of how affixes combine with stems to derive new words. Derivational morphology is derivational affixes often change the part of the speech of the base morphemes. Thus, read is a verb, but readable is an adjective.
2. Word, sentence, and dictionaries. Word as meaningful building blocks of language. Language is built by word. By word or a meaningful word that we use, it will produce communication. A word that can mean it doesn't have to be a sentence. Like if we communicate with just one word, it's already meaningful. The example is warning, like fire, common, lights, camera, and action. And there is shopping list, like carrots, cheese, and eggs. When it's combined with other media, the meaning will also change. There is an explanation of the word because it can already shape it into a building which then can make meaning. But a word is not just a building block of sentence, it is a building block with a meaning that is unpredictable, or at least sufficiently unpredictable that learner of English and even sometimes native speakers may need to consult a dictionary in order to discover it. Word will have a meaning that is unpredictable. Like example, why is table called table? Why not a chair or a map? This shows that words don't need to have a correlation at all. Next.
2.2 Words as type and token. So, how many words are there in the following sentence? Mary goes to Edinburgh next week and she intends going to Washington next month. So the first one is token. Token itself means the total number of words in a text. Counting every word occurs in a sentence, regardless of whether that word has occurred before or not. We are counting word tokens. If we count word tokens in the sentence above, we count it 14 words. And the next one is type. Type is a term in morphology for counting in a word in a sentence. Even if the word is repeated several times, it will still be counted as one. If we count word types in the sentence above, we count it 12 words because two of them, the word to and next, are repeated. The two tokens of the word to count as one type, as well as the word next. They are distinct tokens of a single type.
Okay, this next one is words with predictable meanings. There are some words whose sound seems to reflect their meanings very directly. These called onomatopoeic words. To put it simply, these are the words that have the naming or something or action based on the vocal imitation of the sound associated with it. For example, the sound of animal cries like cats meow or pigs oink. Uh, these onomatopic words is in every language are different. For example, the sound of dogs bark in French is wah wah. There is also a situation where some sets of words have some similarity in sound, which seems to reflect a vague similarity in meanings. This is called sound symbolism, and in contrast with onomatopoeia, the sound meaning relationship is even less direct. For example, smoothness or wetness, or both in the set of words slip, slop, slurp, slide, slither, or slick. These predictable meanings occur from a childhood's leftover, which the association between most words and their meanings are purely conventional in every language.
Okay, next, non-words with unpredictable meanings. So, what is actually non-words with unpredictable meanings? There are many words that cannot be predictable, so we need to use dictionaries or do some research. For example, the first one is I keep notes on all my expenditure. And the second one is I keep tabs on all my expenditure. So the true meaning of keep notes is actually write down, and the true meaning of keep tabs is actually paying attention. They are both are different, so this is called idioms. And then there is a collocation. The easiest way to understand this is about the example. So the first one is a white man. It's not actually white, it's actually West people. And the second one is white lie, and stand for lie for good.
If a typical idiom is a phrase, word with a collocationally restricted meaning is smaller than a typical idiom. That provokes question whether are linguistic items with unpredictable meaning larger than phrase that constitute whole sentence. A proverb is a traditional saying, syntactically a sentence, whose conventional interpretation differs from what is suggested by the literal meaning of the word it contains. Example A. Too many cooks spoil the broth. It means that having too many people involved in a task makes it harder to complete. Example B, it is not use crying over spilled milk. It means that after an accident, one should look to the future rather than waste time wishing the accident had not happened. However, idioms are still unpredictable in the sense of being confusional. For example, one cannot freely invent a new idiom such as it's not use crying over a broken plate, even though its metaphorical meaning may be just as clear as that of example B.
Conclusion: word versus lexical items. Word versus lexical items processing has two characteristics. One, they have meaning that are unpredictable and some must be listed in dictionaries. Two, there are the building blocks for words and phrases. It will be helpful to have distinct terms for items with each of the two characteristics. Many words have predictable meanings, but these meanings lose motivation over time. Section 2.3 describes words that are not vocabulary items. Does this mean that the traditional view that words are or should be listed in a dictionary is wrong? Not so. It just means that there are some non-word vocabulary items out there. There is no perfect match between words and lexical items. A word which does not start out as a lexical item may in due course become one. Some are more generous than others in listing idioms, while others are less generous with listing words with entirely predictable meanings. I think that's all. Thank you very much.